Good morning, everyone. Actually, just going to start with something that's going on Twitter since everything else is down for
Right,
most
yeah.
people.
Twitter's where you guys go.
Yeah, no, I asked the question this morning because this time reminded me of the 2015 fiber optic cable break in the CNMI
Right.
that took us off the internet, and it even impacted our banking. And so I asked people, do you remember that? And Esther Munya, who's the CEO of the hospital, goes, I do. This situation now with Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram does remind us, doesn't it? Shangu Matato, part of the KUM podcast network family, says yes, he's helped NMI organizations with their emergency communications before, continues to do so. Other people there commenting they remember it happened right before Typhoon Sudalor. So for those in the NMI who might be having some flashbacks to that time
Right.
of being offline, but completely offline, even worse than what's happening now, I thought that was something interesting to share with folks too. But going back to our daily question, we asked folks for their perspective on former Guam Senator Wil Castro serving as Governor Torres' chief of staff on Saipan.
Yeah.
We couldn't get Wil Castro on, but he was on our Facebook commenting on our people's posts.
Wait, so he didn't come on here because his connection. He said he had connection issues in quarantine. But it was just ironic to me because he was WhatsApping me that he had connection issues. And I'm like, bro, if you got data enough for WhatsApp, then you got data enough for the Zoom.
Well, officially, we know that he's probably out of quarantine today or later today. And the CNMI press secretary, Kevin Bautista, says that his priority for the first 2 days or so is going to be meeting with department and agency heads. And so hopefully we'll have him here on Friday. So
hopefully.
Folks can expect that. Wanted to share some of the responses that we got on Instagram. Some people commenting congratulations, lots of celebrations going around there for his supporters. Rose comments, congratulations, Senator Wil. Enjoy and stay safe. Anytime that you decide to run in Guam, again, you got my vote. Of course, we reported last night, GOP Chair Juan Carlos Benitez says that he hopes Senator Wil Castro will run on Guam, but because of the election being at the same time in both Guam and the NMI, that poses a bit of a logistical issue as well.
I don't know, it's a tough situation not tough, but for him to decide, like, do I want to run for senator in Guam or do I want to, campaign? Because there's election up, right? So he's basically going to be hitting the campaign trail with Governor Torres.
Yeah, and we'll be also, we can't view that story on Facebook right now, but if you go to our YouTube page, you can see the reaction that we got also from the CNMI governor's office. In terms of we're asking, Juan Carlos Benitez says that he hopes Wil Castro runs. Yeah. And so I asked Kevin Bautista, is this a 1-year contract or, how long can we expect Wil to be there? But right now the priority is to fill that position.
Did you find out how much he's getting paid?
Not yet, but he does address that in one of these comments.
Okay, good.
Wil Castro responds to Rose saying, much appreciated. I will always give back to our Marianas, elected, appointed, or a volunteer work. I'm always going to do my part and to the best of my ability. Again, that's Wil Castro. And if you want to see these comments that we're reading later, you can go on our YouTube page after we post these, the link there in full. Vincent commenting, I see absolutely nothing wrong with Wil Castro taking on the job of Chief of Staff for the CNMI Governor Torres. Why is this even being raised? I wish him the best in his new job. Wil Castro commenting, agradeci. Florence commenting, do your best at whichever job you're in. Wil Castro commenting on our Facebook page, thank you. That is very encouraging and greatly appreciated. Ruth commenting, I'm guessing he's originally from there, educated and experienced in Guam. Always nice to go home and serve your own people. Wil Castro commenting, thank you. Mom's side has deep roots from the NMI, Sablan and Mendiola, but yes, I have gone back and forth. I was raised on Guam and have developed an affinity for our Marianas. Appreciate the compliment and fair shake. Vivian commenting, best wishes and good luck, congratulations. Wil Castro saying thanks. It's going to be a lot of work and focused work at that. I appreciate the well wishes. And the last comment we'll share with you today, this commenter saying, if there are better opportunities elsewhere, why should anyone have anything to say? It's their choice. KUAM, come up with better questions. Wil Castro commenting, I appreciate it. I'm sure they're just weighing their responses. There are a few critical ones on this chat. It's expected. Either way, as a private citizen, I was offered 2 jobs, one on Guam, one in the CNMI. Wil Castro continues to write, I weighed the two, and my heart feels I give back in a big way in this line of work as Chief of Staff. He adds, it certainly isn't all about the money. that much I can share in the future when comparing the offers I got on Guam versus the CNMI. Either way, thank you. Everyone has the right to choose for themselves their path. God bless and be safe. So that's our daily question, our response, and hopefully we'll hear from Will beyond Facebook and on the link on Friday.
Maybe we should post some comments on there for Will.
Well, I don't know. We can quote this in the in the story, right?
For real? Yeah.
It's public response. So, but it seems that yeah, he says as a private citizen, I was offered 2 jobs. So obviously, you can't also ignore the political context that this is all happening in.
Right. Yep. Good stuff. I love the daily question.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate, but I think it's great. I appreciate that you ask it, and I love the discussion that each of these questions generates.
Yeah, the daily question is not generated by any one person here. It's discussed by everyone here and also by the viewers. We post viewer-submitted questions. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love the daily question. Oh wait, is that the right one?
That's the wrong one.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Tomas.
All right.
And then
thanks,
Frontline, behind the
yeah,
front line.
tonight behind the front line we have our continuing series. We're gonna have some new staff that we haven't featured in the series before, and about talking about setting up things like the blue tent and just generally also the operations. If you want to view that full series again, all of that is also on our YouTube page on KUAM.
Thank you, Tomas.
Thank you.
All right, let's head into the KUAM News Zoom room. We talk about behind the front line. Well, she is behind the front